Today we're going to be making an envelope mini album, and we're going to be using this beautiful Graphic 45 Wizard of Oz paper. This paper was kindly donated by Cards and Scraps, so let's get started. To make the envelope mini, you'll need envelopes. What we're going to do is we're going to put these envelopes together in such a way that allows us to have pockets and paper embellishments on them. The first thing we need to do, take our envelopes. We need to turn one over so it's facing downwards. Turn the other one. And what we are aiming to do is to get these flaps, this flap on this envelope and this flap on this envelope, tucked into one another. So to start off, I like to hold my envelope this way so that it's popped open and use my fingers to keep it open. You'll do the same on this envelope. Then you will simply tuck the flap of one in this way, but you need to make sure that on the underneath you're tucking it in also. They'll slide into each other. They may need a little bit of persuasion in one or two places. And they should slot together just like this. You don't need to force them into each other, they will just slide in until this bit of the envelope touches the top of the other flap. What this gives you then, when you lift it and fold it, is a mini booklet, and you will have pockets in it. In order to glue these together, you simply remove the adhesive strip from your envelope. If you're using envelopes that doesn't have this, simply use something like Pritt stick or glossy accents or double-sided tape to place down on both sides before sticking together. So I'll just run through that once more. It is mostly just a case of getting your fingers in the right places and having a little bit of patience. So again, slot it in like this. Now the importance behind getting both flaps tucked in is that if I put this flap in on this side and have it tucked in nicely, but I forget to tuck it in on the other side, you will end up with a loose flap and you'll end up with one side tucked in. So that's why we get both sides tucked in together. I'm just going to put some glue on one of them now. Okay, so here's my glued one, and what I've done on this one is I've marked off a strip to cut, and I've cut this strip off. You only do this on one side of the envelope. The reason for removing this small strip is so that we have a place to bind on our album in order to put the whole thing together. When we remove this strip, we end up with the envelope open here, and you can see at the moment, you can currently see right through the envelope. Don't worry about that, because we are going to be placing paper over the top of this, and that will seal this side down. So what we have is our envelope with the strip removed. It'll give us a pocket on this side. We'll be able to open it outwards, and then in here you can see you have a large pocket, and your binding will be going along this side. To show you this with the paper on it, I have one here that I've placed the paper onto. So you can see I've put this paper, lovely poppies, and that has sealed up the envelope on this side. An important thing to note at this stage is to try and use wet glue to adhere this paper down. The reason for this is, once wet glue dries, it's completely dry. If you use tape, double-sided tape, to stick this down, when you come to put something into the pocket, if any of the tape is still showing inside, your tag or your photo may actually stick to the tape. So what we end up with is this page decorated with our nice pocket, and then it opens up to reveal our paper placed on. It's a very nice feature on this page is that you can just split your paper down the centre, so you still keep a double page spread of the same paper, but you have your pocket in the middle. And on this one I've simply just cut out a slot so that I can lift it up to put in or remove an embellishment. And over on this side I have placed my binding. In this case made with a bind roll, but you can bind the album whatever way you want. So here I've gone and adhered all my papers to all my pages. In this case I have made 4 pages in my mini album, but you can make more. We usually recommend about 4 to 6 pages as being the optimum for this album. I've chosen this to be my cover. The way the album will work is that each page will flip over and out again. Don't forget you have your pocket in here and you have your pocket in here. So I've chosen the layout for my papers. So this is what you're going to see on each of my pages as I flip through. You will notice, however, these all flip out to the left, and when I get to my last page, this is a 4-page album, when I get to my last page I have orientated it so that this one folds out to the right. So the last page this way, this one goes this way. This is to ensure that you have a back cover on your album. So we've ended up with the back cover like this. You still have your pockets in both places, but it just means that when your album is complete, you have a front cover with no flap sticking out and a back cover with no flap sticking out. So here we have the album bound and embellished. Bound it with a black binding to match the papers and added a bit of tulle and decorative to that. A nice little charm, some flowers, trim and a little bit of bling. You can see I've also added inside my pockets. You can embellish these as you want or just simply place a photo on them, which is what I plan to do. You can also embellish here more if you wish. So each page then will have tag and tag, a slight bit more embellishment on this page. This page I've added some trim to the bottom of, and again you have your tag, and again the same at the back. Another tag here and tag here as well. So there you have it. Your album is complete. Enjoy!